Okay, well, let's see if we can get two more questions in here before the bottom of the hour. Here's a question from Job. Nonprofit organizations barely have the resources to invest in lean training. Many who see the importance use their own resources and take their lean journey at their own expense. Maybe he's referring to training and certification. Are there any suggestions from the group? Well, the first, I have this conversation a lot when I talk to people about helping create a culture of continuous improvement. We often have discussions, and then someone learns they can't afford on-site coaching and training, or they don't have it in the budget this year. They have to wait till next year, and I understand it. There's a couple of suggestions. One, I mean, I point people, that books are inexpensive ways to learn. To use that as inspiration to go and try some of your own experiments with lean and continuous improvement. I think KaiNexus has a lot of great webinars, free webinars. My friend Karen Martin has a lot of really great free content on lean, value stream mapping, different practices. You can find her website, ksmartin.com. And I'll also mention our friends and partners at Gemba Academy. GembaAcademy.com has training that's pretty affordable at an organization level. But if someone's just trying to learn on their own, I would say, hey, go to YouTube and look for recorded webinars, recorded training videos, read and kind of compare everything you're hearing in the webinar to what you might have read in a really core book like The Toyota Way or Imai's book, Gemba Kaizen, or something like that, and say, hey, does this seem consistent or not?
And I mean, I've got to put an additional plug in. I mean, you mentioned our blog, but we put a ton of energy. So subscribe to our blog, and you will, by virtue of simply reading our blog posts throughout the week, we usually put somewhere between 3 to 5 out there. You are going to not realize how quick of a time. And we obviously, you can go back in time and search anything there. Yeah. So we probably have how many webinars now, Mark? 30, 40, 50? I have no idea. We might be higher.
Yeah.
And I'm looking right now, I can buy Kaizen from Mazaki Mai. This was the way I was introduced to Kaizen. I took no training. I didn't even talk to anyone that was a Kaizen expert. I read Mr. Amai's book and started implementing his principles, and you can get it on Amazon used right now for $5. So I think those are great ways to start.
Yeah, and I think buying used books is a great way to do it. You can find some of the lean classics for a penny or $1. I'll mention my books, Lean Hospitals and Healthcare Kaizen. You can probably find a used version of an older edition of Lean Hospitals, which I think would still be valid and helpful. And blogs, podcasts. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. Most of it is good, but there's a lot of it that's free. There's some that I take issue with, but that's a question the person didn't ask. If different podcast.